Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Salvation did a poll in Scotland to mark the 10th anniversary of the failed independence referendum. I say failed, I think it was utterly successful. Scotland voted the right way after all. Imagine how bad it would have been had the independence side won. Doesn't bear thinking about. However, it hasn't been good news for John Swinney. Only 31% of Scots even look upon him favourably. They're not saying he's done a good job or anything. They're just favourable opinion. At best. That's not good, is it? That's not good. If you start taking in actual individual policies, it gets even worse. But it goes to show that the vaster number of people in Scotland dislike Swinney. Now, if you take the results of the last election, this means that a lot of SNP members must, by definition, dislike Swinney. But then there's much to dislike. This is a man who should have resigned and retired. He wanted to go. He's been trying to go for a long time. But he was forced back in because of the SNP's desire to have a leader who is anyone but Kate Forbes. And they couldn't get Flynn up in time because of the rules. And they had to get him, Swinney, in to last long enough to change the rules so that Flynn can become leader. It's all a mess, isn't it? But the trouble with Flynn is he's like Humza Yousaf and he's like Nicola Sturgeon. He's old dinosaur material. He's not moving with the times. How can he? How can he understand the movement, the shift of everything when his views are very much of the 70s? And in some cases, the 1870s. Let's face it, what they want to do with pensioners is just appalling. But there he is, and he's not good. Now, it's also the same with various policies. And funnily enough, the most favourable, and this is the thing that was surprising, of all the various policies, do you think good or bad, that was measured, education comes out as the most favourable policy of all the policies of the SNP. And even it could only manage 38%. So little over a third of people think, yeah, okay, we're doing okay on education. And that's the best result. 2/3 don't. The next election at Holyrood is going to be, well, it's going to be a bloodbath for the SNP, isn't it? We know this. And especially as Labour are going to be, how can we say, their goose is cooked. Labour's goose is cooked. And if people don't like the SNP, then who's going to benefit? There's only one party that's going to benefit from this, isn't it? And it ain't the Tories. It's Reform. And if Reform can get their act together, they can take a lot of seats from both Labour and the SNP. It's going to be very interesting, I think, because if you can't vote SNP and you can't vote Labour and Reform don't stand, God help us, it's going to be the Tories and the Lib Dems, isn't it? That'll be an interesting little pact. It won't be the first time, of course. Cameron and Nick Clegg. I'm with Nick. Remember that? Then all the thing come out about Cameron shagging a pig's head. Terrible. Anyway, I'm just reminiscing. Another Lib Con pack. Well, con, that's for sure. But even that's got to be better than either Labour or SNP, hasn't it? Hasn't it? Surely. Let me know what you think. Thanks a lot. Bye.